And then we've got item number 17, which are the Local Government New Zealand remits, and we're confirming a number of remits. I've got the note 2 that the proposed remit on improving water quality by banning copper brake pads has not been prepared, as Environment Canterbury is planning on making a remit on this topic, and that Christchurch City Council will second it. I think we'll just put, and Christchurch City Council will offer to second it, because I've spoken to, well, by email with the chair of Environment Canterbury this morning, who's confirmed that they are working on it and that they're working with our staff who have been doing some work on it for us over the last wee while. Now, is everyone comfortable with the generic sort of way that these have been described? Would someone like to move them?
The generic, the way they've been described, but we just added a point on with the electricity one, that it's about driving the market. Yeah, that was captured, I think.
So prioritising the completion of renewable electricity generation projects. What's the...
It was actually just going to be in the content of the remit that we put forward. We weren't going to necessarily change too much of the...
So is there anything wrong with the generic description? What would you put? Sorry?
No, it's fine.
No, just say. I mean, it's easy to change. Prioritising the completion of renewable electricity generation projects.
Yeah. Well, the intent of our original discussion at the beginning of last year was that we wanted the next all of government electricity procurement process to aim for it being fully renewable, because that would drive the market for renewables and drive more investment in renewable sources of energy. So that doesn't really capture the... No, and I'd send that through, but it isn't. But it's not in the initial bit.
Okay, so
so it was the fact that we wanted the all of government
change
contract.
that to ensuring the all of government procurement process for electricity.
You could say prioritises renewable energy or something.
Yeah,
like
prioritises.
Because I think our initial thing's
renewable
100% renewable, but
electricity
it's not,
generation.
Yeah, doable right now. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I just add another thing?
Yep.
And sorry, I should have done this much earlier. But just looking at the one on reducing the use of single-use plastic bags and plastic straws, there is a much bigger issue now around recycling, and that is that China is not accepting any materials that go into anybody's recycling.
Take out that.
And I'm just wondering if we shouldn't add to that.
And take out projects.
That, and that we ask the government to push for regulatory action from central government for facilities for processing all recyclables within New Zealand, because the world market has changed dramatically in the last 2 months, and there is now really not a world market.
Right, supporting the production and procurement of biofuels.
The plastic bags and the straws are actually the easiest.
Yeah, but why have we written reducing? Shouldn't we put minimising or eliminating? I mean,
eliminating the use of single use, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then you've got the entire issue of what's in everybody's yellow bin, and the fact.
Yeah. Okay. So change reducing to eliminating. So that's our objective, is to eliminate.
Yep. And then if we're seeking for action from central government, we also need it for the creation of facilities to process.
Maybe if you put sources after the word generation. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this right. And so if we can add another one after reducing the use of single-use plastic bags, so just add in another F. Yeah.
To create New Zealand facilities for processing all recyclables within New Zealand. The world market has changed, as you know.
Well, to adopt a New Zealand-wide approach to
Processing
recyclable materials.
Yep.
To adopt a New Zealand-wide so dash wide, so it's New Zealand dash wide, so it's a New Zealand-wide. Oh, sorry, you're over there. To adopt a New Zealand-wide approach to processing recyclable materials
within New Zealand.
within New Zealand.
Because we don't have the facilities at the moment to do it.
No. Oh, yep. Yep. All right. No trouble, is it? You can just get on with that one. Yep. Anne?
Just looking at G, I'm wondering if we could make that a bit gruntier. It just seems perhaps change the word views to concerns, and to review policy levers to strengthen the community's voice in reducing alcohol-related harm. It just seems a bit...
Sorry, so you want to say which?
Amending the Sale and Supply of Alcohol Act 2012 to reflect community concerns, and to review policy levers to
But what if
strengthen.
what if communities
Aren't concerned.
support a particular one? I think views is neutral
Is it?
and it enables concerns to be expressed.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was thinking that it was coming from the view that we were wanting to empower local communities more in dealing with their local issues rather than just a general kind of thing.
Well,
Is that a legal thing?
well, maybe it's better to write it, amending the Sale and Supply of Alcohol Act to ensure that community views are reflected in local decision making.
Perfect.
So that I think that's the intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, to ensure that community views are reflected in local decision making, but it's local decision making that we want. We
Yes.
don't want multiple appeals into the thing, and to review policy levers to reduce alcohol related. Yeah, that's right.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. Pauline.
Just on the D, supporting the production and procurement of biofuels, including the reintroduction of subsidy schemes. Because that's really where my idea originated from, that, because it once was subsidised, and that's the issue, that it needs to be competitive in the market. So I think it's an important thing to address there, because the environmental benefits are huge, massive, when you think about potentially running the buses on the biofuels instead of the diesel.
Did subsidies come up in the
Yes, I know, but in the
in
meantime,
the actual wording? Yeah, it's in the actual wording, so that's fine. Supporting the production and procurement of biofuels, including
so that's highlighted in there quite
including the
clearly.
reintroduction of subsidy schemes, subsidies
Subsidies is fine.
where appropriate, or subsidy schemes where appropriate. Subsidy schemes, full stop. Yep.
Thank you.
Subsidies. Oh, right. Subsidy schemes.
I know we're moving towards electric vehicles, but it will take time, and there'll be some vehicles that will probably stay on diesel, and if we can get them on biofuel, it'll be a huge help.
Yeah.
There won't be.
Yanni.
I'm not sure that people in Auckland will be very happy with no power and electric vehicles. So, but just under the remits, we're going to get additional information around background for each of them, and just want to check the process.
Yeah. They've been circulated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted at the appropriate time speak in strong support of one of them. want me to do it now? Or?
Well, are there any other questions or comments on the framework? Would someone like to move it? Or have we got that moved? Sarah, Mike? So, Yanni.
Yeah, I just wanted to strongly speak in support of G. This has been an issue that has been around for a long time, and particularly in Christchurch, my understanding is New Zealand has one of the highest outbreaks in the world of Legionella, and in Christchurch and in Canterbury, we're one of the most represented within New Zealand. This is very real. People have died and people have been hospitalised as a result of these outbreaks, and I think it's absolutely shameful the lack of progress from the previous government on this issue, and we've tried to talk informally with MB and with working groups in the past, but we need to get on top of this as much as possible, and it'd be really good to get LGNZ support. If you compare this, and I know that we're having to do stuff based on what happened in the Hawke's Bay over our drinking water, but this is a very real local issue that needs to be seen as a priority because it's having a very real impact on people and communities in our city, and there has been a real lack of making it a priority. So I really welcome putting this amendment forward. It's a shame that we have to put an amendment through LGNZ to try and get government progress on this, but we've tried everything else and it's come to naught. So I'm very happy to support these remits.
I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you. Thank you very much.